What makes mystery unforgettable? Is it a shocking reveal? The moment everything suddenly clicks into place? Or maybe is that feeling of consistently questioning what you think you know? Some story remembers because of single twist, a single revelation that's changed everything. But Dark isn't remembered because of one mystery. It's remembered because the entire show is a mystery. Every answer created a new question. Every revelation changed the way you see in the story. And somehow, despite becoming more complicated with each episode, it never feels like writers making things as they go. Dark never abandoned its own rule. It never relies on random twists for cheap shock value. Instead, every revelation feels like another piece of puzzle that always there. Puzzle you simply couldn't see yet. Every clue matters, every details matter, every conversation matter. And that's why years after show ended, people still discussing it. They still drawing family trees, they still debating things, still trying to connect every piece together. So today I want to talk about how Dark create what I believe is perfect mystery through careful storytelling that turns confusion into obsession. There will be spoilers ahead, so let's begin. When the dark begins, it looks surprisingly simple. There is a small town, a close knit community. One day, a child goes missing. Entire town panics. Families start searching for answers. Police start beginning investigation. At first, it looked familiar. We've seen stories like this before. A missing child, a town full of secret, a mystery waiting to be solved. But Dark used that familiarity against us. Because the disappearance of Mikkel isn't actually a mystery. It's just a doorway into the mystery. At first, we are asking, where did he go? Who took him? What exactly happened that night? And then Dark revealed that Mikkel didn't disappear. He traveled back in 1986, and suddenly question changed. Now we are no longer asking who took him. We are asking how that's even possible. Then we learn about caves, the passage, then the realization that people aren't simply just traveling through time, they are creating it. The deeper we go, the bigger the mystery becomes. What started as a missing child investigation slowly transformed into a story about faith, casuality, generations of interconnected lives. And the brilliant part is, Dark never expands the mystery randomly. Every new layer glows naturally from the one before. By the end of the series, the disappearance of the one child is connected to the existence of entire worlds. That brings to my next point. Most mystery build around a single question. Who committed the crime? Who killed the victim? What hidden behind locked doors? Stories slowly move towards an answer. Dark do things differently. Instead of answering questions, it replaces them. First, we are trying to find Mikkel. Then we trying to understand how he end up in 1986. Then we discover that Mikkel grow up to becomes Michael, Jonas's father. And suddenly, one of the show's most important mystery is no longer about a time travel. It's about choice. One of the best examples when Jonas discovers the truth. He learns that Mikkel is his own father. He learns everything is connected. And eventually he gets a choice to bring Mikkel back home. In almost every other story, this would be the moment hero fixes everything. But Jonas doesn't. Because he realizes his entire existence is depending on Mikkel stuck in 1986. Because bringing Mikkel home would erase his own existence. For the first time, audience realize that solving a mystery and fixing the problem are not the same thing. Every possible situation creates another tragedy. Every attempt to change future seems to create the future. From that point, Dark stopped being a mystery about what happened. It becomes a mystery about whether everyone can escape what's supposed to happen. And that makes show so addictive. Every answer pulled you deeper into the maze. The question never disappears. They just evolve. One of the reasons Dark created so much tension is that almost every character feels suspicious. Not because they are villain, but because they all seems to know something that we don't. Noah speaks as he understands the future. Claudia consistently hiding information. Adam appears to know how every event will unfold. Every ordinary conversation feels loaded with meaning. A strange sentence, an old photograph, or notebook filled with impossible information, a family portrait that suddenly means something completely different after a revelation. Dark consistently plays clues in front of audience, but it's rarely explain them immediately. Instead, it's allow the mystery to breathe. The show understands something that many writers forget. Mystery isn't created by hiding everything. It's created by just showing enough, giving audience a glimpse of truth without revealing the entire picture. A small gap between understanding and confusion. It will dark thrives. And that keeps viewers glued to the screen. And that brings me to my next point. A lot of mystery shows start with an interesting question, but hard part is answering it. That's where many stories fell apart. They introduce mystery they never fully explain. They rely on shocking twists instead of meaningful elaboration. Or sometimes they just keep adding new questions because they don't know how to answer the old ones. Dark avoid that trap. And I think that because creators understand something important. A mystery is only good as its payoff. Throughout the series, Dark consistently asking audience to pay attention, to remember names, date, relationships, small details that insignificant at first. Eventually, those details come back. A conversation from season 1 suddenly has a completely different meaning in season 3. A photograph became important. A seemingly random character became center of the entire show. The show rewards viewer for paying attention, and that's why Dark never feels random. Complicated? Absolutely. Confusing? Sometimes. But random? Never. In an interview, the creator explained why they ended the show after 3 seasons instead of stretching it further. They say it was absolutely perfect amount. Anything else would feel like stretching it unnecessarily and making it more complicated on narrative level. It would felt like selling souls and not delivering what we wanted to do. If we had more seasons, it feels quite right and satisfactory. And honestly, I think that's the biggest reason Dark works. Because they had told the story they wanted to tell. The writers weren't trying to keep the mystery alive forever. They were trying to solve it. Every question exists for a reason. Every reveal serves its purpose. And because that, when Dark finally gave us an answer, those answers felt earned. Not because they are shocking, but because they were hiding in a plain sight the entire time. Normally, confusion is something that writers are trying to avoid. If the audience doesn't understand what's happening, they stop caring. But Dark somehow turns confusion into one of their greatest strengths because the audience experiences the story the same way the characters do. Nobody's seen the full picture. Nobody understands every connection. Everyone is trying to make sense of something much larger than themselves. Think about what happened after people watching Dark. We won't simply just finish the episode and move on. They were opening family trees, they are watching theory videos, reading discussion online, rewatching earlier episode to catch details they missed at first. The mystery didn't stop when the credit rolls. It follows people into their daily lives, and that's incredibly rare. Most mystery want you to reach the answer. Dark want you to participate in finding it. It transforms the audience from passive viewers into the detectives. And once that happens, mystery becomes personal. You're no longer watching someone solve the puzzle. You're solving it alongside them. And that's why so many people remember the experience of watching Dark. Not just the story itself, the experience, the confusion, the theories, the constant feeling that one missing piece could suddenly make everything click. And before we move on to our final point, if you're liking this video so far, please do consider subscribing it. I'm a new creator, this is my first video, and your one subscribe will help me a lot to grow this channel. Also, don't forget to like this video so algorithm knows I exist. So without further delay, let's continue the video. Here is what I think Dark makes truly special. The real mystery was never a time travel. Cave isn't a point. The machine isn't the point. Every different timeline isn't a point. They are tools. The real mystery is people. Because underneath the science fiction, Dark keep asking the same question. Can people change? Almost every major character believes they can alter their fate. Ulrich believes he can save Mikkel. Jonas believes he can break the cycle. Martha believes she can protect her own world. Claudia believes she can find another way. And every single one of them spent years fighting against their destiny. But the more they struggle, the closer they seem to move towards the future they're trying to avoid. Jonas is probably the best example. He started the series as a confused teenager trying to understand what's happening. A kind, compassionate, he wants to help people. He wants to fix things. But over time, every attempt to change the future slowly transformed him. Until eventually he became Adam, the very person he spent years trying to stop. And that is the greatest character development. Because beneath every paradox and every timeline, it's a deeply human question. Are we free to choose our path? Are we always moving toward the person we are destined to become? A dark never gives us an easy answer. It simply forces us to confront the question again and again. When people talk about dark, they often focus on complexity, the timeline, the family tree, the paradox. Yes, those things are impressive, but I don't think that's why dark stayed with so many people. Complexity alone doesn't create a great storyline. Plenty of stories are complicated, a few are remembered. What makes dark special? That every mystery mattered, every question served its purpose, every revelation changed the way we understand the story. And underneath all of it, it is something surprisingly human. Fear, love, loss, regret, hope. The mystery isn't about just discovering what happened. It's about understanding why people make the choices they do. Years after Dark ended, people still discussing it, still arguing about faith and free will. They're still trying to understand the choices character made. Not just because the show was confusing. Yes, it is a little confusing at first, but because it respected its audience enough to ask a different question without handing us an easy answer. In an era where so many mysteries are built around a final twist, Dark achieved something much harder. It's made a journey as fascinating as the answer. And that's why I believe Dark created a perfect mystery. And that's all for today's video. Don't forget to like this video. Comment down below what's your experience watching Dark. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also hype this video because that's a new thing now. And I see you in the next video.